So Chelly and I are at the bar. First of all, I've never seen a place go crazier than when Maher made his kicks.
Really?
Dude, every time he stepped up, they'd be like, Maher, Maher, Maher. And then he'd make it and everyone would turn around and be like, let's go. So they were like loving Maher. But dude, when it got down to it, like I've never seen a place turn on a player more than Dak, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And I've never seen a bar empty quicker in my life. Dude, that like, he threw that last pass. It was like 8 yards. Game was over. Dude, people were like already signing their bills as he snapped the ball. Like gone, dude. Gone. Welcome back to another episode of TFM Bets. I fucking hate the Dallas Cowboys. I will be in a dress next episode, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah, we got to get that out.
Yeah, we got to get that out.
Where are we getting a dress?
Dude, no idea. I tweeted it out this morning. I was like, yo, asking for a friend. Anyone know where to buy a dress in Dallas?
The Cowboys are just not a team that you put a dress on the line for. I hope you learned.
Dude, I mean, here's the thing. If I'm a Cowboys fan, you got to blow it up.
What's your first move?
Blow it up. Like, Dak's got to go. You can't throw 2 picks in that game. You can't, because they scored off one of them. You can't throw 2 picks in that game. I mean, he's got to go. Zeke's got to go. He's washed. Like, dude, I honestly, if I'm a Cowboys fan, dude, you're fucked. Like, I don't know what to do. You have a defense that can win a Super Bowl and an offense that just, like, it feels like you might be a piece away, but once you start looking into it, like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because, like, Dak's contract, I don't know, Nick, can you look up while we're talking how many years he's got left on that? Dak's contract is definitely big. You signed Zeke and gave him a boatload of money. I mean, if Tony Pollard doesn't go down, I'll give it. I think the Cowboys probably keep that game a little bit closer than having to drive with 35 seconds left. And this is my thing, dude. This is also my thing. You can't have the display you had if you're Dak last game being mad about Brett Maher.
Yeah.
And then come out and throw 2 picks against the Niners and look that bad.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Like, such a bad look. Like, honestly, still think he's one of the all-time good guys in the NFL. But, dude, he looked like such a douche from game to game, being like...
Acting like that was the problem.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
2024, he's a free agent after that season.
I mean, you got 2 more years. Like, what do you think? Like, if you're a Cowboys fan or if you're in the Cowboys organization right now, what are you thinking this morning? Like, Jerry Jones has to be pissed.
Yeah, I personally don't think anything is going to change unless Jerry Jones hands over the keys. Yeah.
But I'm saying, what would you do right now? Like, if you were in charge, are you being like, all right, we got to get rid of Dak?
I mean, fire Mike McCarthy.
You think so?
As if that's going to solve any issues.
No, it's not.
I mean, how do you not stick with Dak until the end of his contract? You're paying him a boatload. Same with Zeke.
Turning the ball over.
I know, but what are you gonna do?
Also, what was that play call with Zeke snapping the ball?
I have no idea.
What are we doing?
I'll
there?
never understand that.
Like, what is going on, dude? Like, why was Zeke ever in that position? He got mauled.
Like, poor guy.
Literally mauled. And it's not even his fault. Like, he's not used to blocking like that. So obviously, like, a normal defenseman is gonna be able to just run him over. Like, what the fuck was that?
All to get like 9 yards.
Like, what, dude? And then in classic fashion, like almost classic Kirk Cousins fashion, you're down to your last throw and it's like an 8-yard slant. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Like, what are we doing? I mean,
what was it like at the bar with a bunch of Cowboys fans?
Oh my God, dude. So Chelly and I are at the bar. First of all, I've never seen a place go crazier than when Maher made his kicks.
Really?
Dude, every time he stepped up, they'd be like, Maher, Maher, Maher. And then he'd make it and everyone would turn around and be like, let's go. So they were like loving Maher. But dude, when it got down to it, like, I've never seen a place turn on a player more than Dak, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And I've never seen a bar empty quicker in my life. Dude, that, like, he threw that last pass. It was like 8 yards. Game was over. Dude, people were like already signing their bills as he snapped the ball. Like, gone, dude. Gone. It literally took a matter of seconds. I mean, but you saw it, though. The Cowboy faithful, dude, they come out. They come out.
Shelly was telling me that they scored a touchdown and everyone's like, we them boys, and then he kicks the field or the extra point, and he fucking missed it.
Yeah, dude, it's just like so like at the first part we were at, that was fucking hysterical. Every time the Cowboys scored, they'd like blast "We Them Boys," and then of course like everyone's like busting, and then Maher misses the first one. Everyone's just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we're really here again. But it was funny, like you can just tell how used to frustration they are, though.
Oh yeah.
Like there was no like hanging around, lingering, like let's just get another beer and just fuck. Like it was like, dude, I'm done. Like I'm so tired. Like fuck, dude. Like again. Like that's what it felt like. Like it was like again, guys. Like fuck. Like the bartenders were like, oh, I guess that's tonight. Like, I mean, like my buddy's a big Giants fan, and they were all out for the Giants game, and obviously they got smoked, but. You know, it's like he was like everyone stayed out till like 2 a.m. anyway. Like all the Giants fans, but like Cowboys fans are just like so used to it. They're just like, dude, like we really like this is gonna happen again, bro.
Yeah, I mean the 49ers, like I said, even though I still bet against them, I hate betting against them. No matter who's on the field, who's under center, their coaching is gonna find a way to win a game and be better than you.
Does it end against Philadelphia?
That game's gonna be unreal. I think it does. Again, I hate betting against the Niners. They always find a way, and Philly is a team that, you know, tends to choke at times. But I think the Eagles are such a wagon, bro.
So the only thing I'll say is, because we do have to talk, I want to talk about the other game too, because that game was more so the game that I enjoyed. But could we have another situation where we just had with the Cowboys, where we go, wow, the Eagles looked incredible, but maybe the Giants really just suck that much, like the Bucks. Like I was having a conversation, this kid came up to me at the bar, just like say hi or whatever. And we were talking about the games, and he was like, the Bucks were really that bad. And I was like, no, like the Bucks were really that bad. Like I thought that game meant anything, but I mean, you just like, this is the Dak that we knew was coming. Like when he threw that first pick, I literally tweeted, "Oh, Dak's here."
Yeah.
Because it was like that Buccaneers defense was so bad that if he didn't play like that, we should have been shocked. But instead we were shocked because of how poorly he's been playing. You're like, oh my God, he just took that step, like he's in playoff mode. And I was like, no, like that Bucks team was really that bad. So are we going to see that same thing happen with the Eagles, where we're going, holy shit, the Eagles are fucking good? Or are the Giants really just that bad? And like Jalen looked incredible against a team that shouldn't have been there, like the Bucks.
No, I think the Eagles are actually that good. And I think the Giants are significantly that bad. I think so too.
I think the Eagles are better than the Cowboys. Yeah, okay.
For sure. Like there's no debate there. But this Eagles-Niners game is going to be electric in Philly. That's an incredibly tough place to play. You got the Niners coming in. Same spot they were in last year where they fumbled the bag against the Rams. They got a redemption spot here. Yeah.
And I'll say it, Brock Purdy's good.
Yes.
Brock Purdy is good.
But I'm saying you could put really anybody under center with that coaching staff, that offensive line, that defense, and it's really just the blueprint to get you to this point, you know? Because it's just significantly better than everybody else. And that's how they beat you.
And he makes the throws, though. You know, they put him in positions. He makes the throws. Debo Samuel's fucking incredible. Christian McCaffrey is. And I think that's where the Eagles might struggle. You saw, like, we've seen it all year, though. Obviously, I don't want to talk too much about this game because we'll talk about it a little later in the week. But the Eagles get run on. You saw with Saquon. Christian McCaffrey, if he gets going, like, that could be a real problem for Philly. But let's talk about the first game.
This game just pissed me off the whole time.
I loved this game. This game was everything I wanted it to be. I'm wearing the pullover again because it was always the Bengals. Like, there's Joe Burrow in the playoffs is undeniable.
I just didn't see this absolute collapse by the Bills coming like this.
But I don't. So here's the thing. I don't think it was a collapse by the Bills. I really don't. I just think you're looking at a team and an organization whose culture, energy, and identity has completely shifted in a matter of 3 years.
Yeah.
And now that they've been to that big dance, they know how to turn it on. Eli Apple is atrocious, but dude, he makes the plays in the playoffs that you need him to make. Like he'll get burnt 9 times out of 10, but that last drive, even though Diggs had him and Josh overthrew it a little bit, like Eli was still there. It's like this team just knows how to win playoff games now. And I mean, I think you're starting to see the frustration set in with the Bills. Stephon Diggs yelling at Josh on the sideline and then leaving the locker room before half the coaches have even spoken and having to get pulled back into the locker room by a backup running back. and then leaving like right after getting pulled back in the locker room. Versus the other side where it just seems so cool-headed. Like the Bengals were down 21 points to the Chiefs and came back and won. Like that's an identity in a team and a culture where it's like we're never out. Whereas the Bills, it kind of felt like the minute the Bengals scored that first touchdown, it almost felt like it was over.
Yeah.
Like that's what it felt like. It was like, all right, Joe Burrow's here today. Like now it's up to Josh Allen to see if he's going to show up. And it was like Joe Burrow just came out 9 for 9 touchdown. The connection with Jamar Chase, I mean, you're seeing the value of just bringing a guy that your quarterback is already comfortable with. I mean, holy shit, dude. Those two are incredible.
It's insane. I was just not expecting to see the Bills just not show up. I had the over in this game, so I was begging for points, and they just weren't coming. They weren't coming. The Bills couldn't get anything moving on the offensive side of the ball, and the Bengals were just moving at will. I was just not expecting that. I was shocked.
And I mean, again, this is my problem with the Bills. You're seeing what happens when you don't have a run presence.
Oh, yeah.
Zero run presence.
None.
Even if Josh Allen uses his feet, now you spy him and that's gone.
Yep.
Like there is so much value in not a great running back, a solid Joe Mixon, solid running back. How much he opens up that Bengals offense to be like, we're not a massive threat on the ground, but if you let him get going, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you got to respect it.
Devin Singletary and James Cook couldn't be less scared of from the Bengals. It's like, please hand the ball off to them.
Yeah.
Like we'll take 2-yard, 1-yard gains and make Josh have to throw the ball again. Like you're seeing it again with this Bills team. Defense wins Super Bowls, but a run game opens your offense. And it's like Josh Allen can be as good as Josh Allen is, but when he hands that ball off and only gets 1 yard every single time, like you're relying on the arm a little bit too much. Where Joe Burrow can literally go, I would love to know how many first downs he got on the ground because there was a couple times where Joe Mixon broke off 12, 13-yard rushes consistently. And you were like, fuck, dude.
Watching the Bills play was like watching a kid play Madden who wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Because you could tell, the passes aren't happening. Let's try on the ground. The ground ain't working. All right, let's just run around with Josh, see if you can get something cooking. Literally how they were playing, and it just never panned out. Sometimes it works for them, not in the playoffs, though.
And I seriously do think Joe to Jamar, I would love for someone to find a better connection. There's really not, I don't think. I think that's the best duo in football.
Mahomes to Kelsey.
Maybe Mahomes to Kelsey. I'd put that up there too, yeah. That's probably more consistent.
And that game's going to be a absolute movie.
And it's going over.
I cannot wait for that rematch.
I can't wait to talk about that later in the week. But I said it last episode. The Bengals are the team that I put actual money on to win the Super Bowl at plus 650 after the first round.
Wow.
That's like the team that I've decided to ride. I love the spot they're in. I love it. Because Joe Burrow doesn't give a fuck, dude. He walked into the stadium and the mics were hot and they caught a security guard on the mic as he was walking in to warm up. And I forget the exact quote, but it was something like the security guard said, "You just got to respect this guy because he doesn't give a fuck. His confidence is unbelievable." Like he really walked into that stadium being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna like." Did you see the video of him throwing the ball and then doing a 360?
So sick.
Dude, like, how are you that calm under pressure?
I know.
Like, you are in, there's 2 stadiums I would never want to play in. 3. I'd put 3 up there. Arrowhead, Buffalo, and Philly. He walked into Buffalo with his nuts out. Literal nuts out, dude. And just slung it for 4 quarters.
Yeah, he was just so cool, calm, and collected. It didn't seem like there was any pressure on him the whole entire game.
Dude, never. And I feel like that's something where guys feed off it too.
Yeah,
like even when he makes a mistake and comes off the field and is like unbothered, like not slamming shit, not doing shit, just picking up the iPad and being like, all right, like you're almost like, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
Like we're good.
Yeah.
But when you see Dak come off the field and he's bitching, moaning, just like looking at the iPad, like pissed off. Like if I'm CeeDee Lamb, I'm kind of looking over there like, dude, are we straight? Like this guy is fucked up. Like what is happening right now?
CeeDee Lamb's him. He had an insane game.
Oh my God, he's incredible.
Yeah, he is.
He's literally incredible.
That's why he was in the goat whale, boys.
Yeah, let's talk about the other guys in the go well. No, but I did. But so here's my thing. It's Philly, San Fran. It's Kansas City, Cincinnati. I'm already on the Bengals. I'm just gonna ask you if you had to pick a team that you think is gonna win the Super Bowl at this point.
Eagles.
You think it's Philly now?
Yeah, I do.
I don't disagree because I feel like Kansas City and Cincinnati are going to beat the shit out of each other while Philly could run through San Fran a little bit.
I don't think there's going to be a run-through in either game, but I just think the most complete team on both sides of the ball, a lot of momentum, City behind them, Philly.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I think if Joe gets there again, though, it's going to be tough because that's a Philly team that's going to be very fresh and new to a game like that. Whereas the Bengals are like, all right, we've been here, let's just close it out this time.
Yeah.
I think that could get dangerous.
But I think whatever matchup the Super Bowl is, like I really had no confidence in Joe Burrow to win the Super Bowl last year against the Rams. I just felt like it was destiny for the Rams. This is Matt Stafford's like probably one shot he's going to have to win the Super Bowl. On both sides of the ball, the Rams were the better team. But I think these four, anybody can win it.
Yeah, I agree too.
I don't think there's one. I mean, go look at the sportsbook odds. They're all plus 250, plus 300, plus 325.
So even.
Yeah. So they're
So
basically just
even.
like, go ahead, pick them. Who's winning?
So even. So we did talk about last episode. I did want to have the wide receiver conversation, top 5 of 2022. But I did want to see if there's anything else you wanted to say about those two games. I mean, here's what I'll say, just to kind of wrap it up and put a bow on it. From my point of view, Joe Burrow is, I think, going to go down as a generational quarterback.
Certainly.
There is legitimately no way to stop Jamar Chase, which is going to lead into my list a little bit. But there is no way to stop Jamar Chase. The kid shows up on the biggest stage every time. Like, there is no way you can bracket him, you can double. Like, there is no way to shut down Jamar Chase. To have 2 touchdowns in Buffalo in that game is mind-boggling to me, to be honest with you. Like, that is just incredible. I think the Bengals beat the Chiefs. I think they win the Super Bowl. I'm being 100% honest. I just love this team. I think if Pat Mahomes' ankle is not 100%, I think the Chiefs are going to struggle a little bit. I really do. I think they got not necessarily lucky, but I think they might have against the Jags with his ankle like that. If they played any other team in this list of teams that made it, I think they really would have struggled to get out of that game with his ankle being the way it is. And I feel like you got to be 100% if you're playing the Bengals at this point. I mean, you just saw with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like, he was 100% and still struggled at home. I would love if Brock Purdy made it to the Super Bowl. I think it would just be funny.
That would be
like,
dope.
I think it would just be funny.
That'd be so sick.
If Brock Purdy was in the fucking Super Bowl as Mr. Irrelevant, like, another great story. And the NFL loves a good script. But I can't wait, dude. I literally can't wait.
No, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. These next 4 games, this last weekend of games is a little underwhelming.
I loved yesterday. I thought it was great games.
I thought it was a little underwhelming.
The day before sucked.
I was a little
agree.
disappointed in just the quality of games, considering some of the dudes who didn't show up. But these next 4, I think, are going to be absolutely electric.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna be, dude. This is why you love football.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right, but let's do it. Let's have the conversation that I feel like lights up the internet every single time somebody talks about it, and it's the best wide receivers of. We'll do 2022. I'm not gonna go of the league. I can start if you'd like.
Please do.
To give you a minute.
I don't know how you pick a 1 or a 2 or 3 or 4. 5. Like, I don't know how you do it.
I'm going to go 1 is Jamar Chase. I think, again, I feel like, here's the thing, though, about the wide receiver list. 1 through 5, it's basically all 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will make the effort here. I'm going to go Jamar at 1. Not taking the playoffs to account, but there's no way to stop him. There's really no way to stop him. And I truly believe that. Even in the playoffs, seeing it, and then looking back at the regular season, there's really no way to shut him down. There's a couple games where you saw Justin Jefferson get shut down, especially against teams like the Eagles, where he did like nothing and had 15 yards. When the game matters, Jamar Chase is never out. He's always got 50, 60, 80 yards, a touchdown. Like, he's never out. So that's why he's my number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go Devontae Adams. I feel playing with Derek Carr and putting up the numbers he put up, incredible. I mean, he's probably the best route runner in the NFL when Cooper Kupp's not healthy. So I'm going to go Devontae at 2. Justin Jefferson at 3. I feel like that's where I might lose a lot of people. I think Justin could be 1, 2, or 3. But just because Devontae Adams did the stuff he did with fucking Derek Carr, I mean, like, that's incredible when you look how bad of a season Derek Carr had. Justin Jefferson at 3. I mean, he had an MVP caliber year. Actually, I'm going to put Justin at 2. I'm going to put Justin at 2. I'm going to put Devontae at 3 because Justin Jefferson did have an MVP caliber year. I mean, the kid's fucking incredible. He made the case for being the best wide receiver in the league. But just because I feel like there's no way to shut down Jamar Chase, I'm going to go Jamar Chase. He's also in a more stacked offense, so he might not get quite as many looks as Justin Jefferson is getting when the only other guy to throw to is Adam fucking Thielen. And then the 4 and 5, like, I feel is tough. I'm going to go Diggs at 4. I feel like he's a classic. Like, he's just a go-to guy. I feel like he had another great year in Buffalo. And then my 5, dude. I was thinking about this one in the car right over, and I got a lot of hate for the Lamar. I didn't get as much hate for Justin Fields as I thought I was going to get, but I loved my quarterback list. But at number 5, I feel like there's so many guys. Like, every team's got a guy now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every team's got a guy. But this is the problem I have with number 5. I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill. With the shuffling of the quarterback situation in Miami all year, to still put up the numbers he put up too. I mean, to have more receiving yards than entire organizations on the year is incredible. So I'll go Tyreek at 5.
I think that's the only acceptable. I mean, not in that specific order. Any of those guys can be 1 or 5, but I think that's the only acceptable list of a top 5 this year. Like,
and obviously guys like DeAndre Hopkins.
No, certainly there could be better guys, but in terms of 2022 season.
Yeah, 2022.
I think the most productive, back against the wall, you go to these guys. I'd probably put Devontae. I'd probably put Devontae at 1.
Okay.
Just in terms of literally he's automatic. Like,
he's so automatic. It's
automatic.
Gross,
he's got
dude.
sticky hands. Like,
so gross.
When you need him most, like, there's no question he's going to him. I'd probably go with at 2. It's really got to be Chase, Jamar, or Diggs. Like, those.
You mean
3,
Chase, Jefferson, or Diggs?
Yeah,
You said
Chase Jefferson
Jamar,
or Diggs.
Okay.
Like, those 3, I feel like are in their own little group. I don't know why I like matching them together.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's 2 through 4, and mix it up however you want.
Yeah.
And then Tyreek at 5.
You're going Tyreek at 5.
Yeah.
So same guys. I think honorable mention, I'll put DK Metcalf. He had a great year. The Seahawks came back. He had Geno at the quarterback. They did a great job with that offense.
You know who really impressed me was both Zay Jones and Christian Kirk this year.
Oh, you know who I'm taking out of my list? I'm taking Tyreek Hill out. I'm putting Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And him.
22 season, that is who I want my 5th to be, is Amon-Ra St. Brown. The jump from year to year that he made, incredible. I'll put him in my top 5. No. I have no problem removing Tyreek Hill. I'll put him in my top 5.
I can respect that for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely balled out.
Amon-Ra is a good look, I feel like. Nick, who'd be your top 5?
I mean, you guys had it there with the top 5. Amon-Ra doesn't get in there because he had a good first half, but then he got injured and then he started faltering off in the back half. I think CeeDee Lamb could be in there in the top.
CeeDee could be
probably, but the top 5 is definitely Jefferson at 1, Diggs at 2. Or no, I think I went to Adams at 2, Diggs at 3. Because like Adams is good, but again, I think you got to be in the playoffs. You got to be a playoff team if you want to be that number 1 spot. Devontae Adams was that with the Packers, but now he's faltered off, even though he's like super talented still. That's, I think, Justin Jefferson. He had one bad game against, the Giants in the playoffs, but for the full season, he's
played terrible.
I think, I think he's that guy though. Like Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Diggs, and then Jamar Chase at 4, and then he made the argument right, Tyreek Hill at 5, because Tyreek is still, exceptionally, despite who his quarterback is.
Busting.
You know what I hate about the NFL and really all sports kind of is like the recency bias in a lot of the content creators and reporters' opinions about certain players. Like after Dak won that game against the Bucks, you know how much shit we saw about, you taking Dak or Burrow? Like, like is Dak that guy? Do we open the bag and pay him even more and sign him again?
Who's the best quarterback left in the playoffs, and why is it Dak Prescott?
Yeah, exactly. And then yesterday happens, and everybody's ready to jump ship. That dude sucks. He doesn't even deserve to be a starter. And it's like, bro, look what you said last week.
Because he threw 2 picks in a game where your season was on the line, and they scored off the turnovers that lost you the game, and then you couldn't close it out. You're punting with 4 minutes left. Punting with 2 minutes left. and then you got to go and drive him 40 seconds left, dude, that's on him.
Yeah, I know, but like.
But I get what you're saying though.
He didn't even play.
Burrow.
He didn't even play like great against the Bucs. He played good. He didn't turn the ball over.
I mean, yeah, he didn't. That's true.
He didn't turn the ball. He did his job.
Yeah, that's all he did was his job.
Yeah. You know, he stood in there and gave his team a chance. He didn't win them the game. You know what I mean?
He just didn't turn the ball over. That was all he did. That was not the only exceptional thing he did against the Bucs was not turn the ball over.
I literally was like, all right, rank your top 5 power rankings left in the playoffs, and there were arguments that like Dak at 1.
No way,
dude.
I fuck put Dak at 1.
I don't know. I'm not gonna cite any sources, but I swear I fucking saw it, bro. And it's just like recency bias, just like pisses me off. So annoying.
I think it's also funny too, as sports bettors, the different like. Just, I feel betting brings a whole nother level of like, now I fucking hate you, Dak Prescott. Like if I was just like a fan, I'd be like, that's a tough loss. Like can't turn the ball over 2 times in the playoffs, obviously, but we still got a good core coming back. As like a bettor who put like money on Dak Prescott to win a game and then he loses, you're like, dude, blow up the franchise. Like this guy's useless, dude. Plus 170, you can't win that game outright. Like what a loser. Like it's just funny how like, you could tell half the people in the bar I was at had money on the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like half the people are sitting there with money on the game, and the other half are like diehard fans, and the people that had money on the game are like, dude, fuck this, dude, I'm going home. And you're just like, dude.
Big weekend for tight end first tutties.
Yeah, what?
I know. And of course, dude, I let people swim in my head, bro, because I always take a tight end.
Yeah.
And like the weekend before, like none of them were hitting, and I was getting really pissed off. And of course, Schultz catches it last week, and so I was like, hey, maybe it's time to hop back on the train. But then I was looking at the odds, looking at the board, doing what I normally do to pick a first tutty, and I just wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing
Couldn't see the board
ends.
clear. Couldn't see the board clear.
The board clear, dude. And of course, the first 2 tight ends are catching it. I did have Kelsey, actually.
Kelsey was a good shot.
So I started out well, and then it was always the 2 tight ends with a sprinkle of gritty.
But then it was always Jamar.
Yeah.
It was always Jamar.
So 3 or 4 were
with
tight
a sprinkle
ends.
of gritty.
Some dude put $5 on that to win like $72K.
No way.
All 4 right.
Wow.
$5 paid out $72,000.
And I can't even hit a Cowboys.
And I
money
can't
line,
even hit a
dude.
goddamn straight bet, dog.
Can't hit a Cowboys.
I can't even hit a 2-legger on PP right now, bro. And this guy's hitting 4 straight.
Dude, I'm drowning on PP.
Dude, the NFL prize picks have been tough.
Dude, I can't get it. I can't get one to go through the hoop.
If we just took all unders, bro, I'd be Jeffrey.
I think you should do it today.
You think so?
An all under entry.
I've been thinking about it like every day. I like look at the NBA board.
No, an all under entry you should do it today.
For real. Like I look at the NBA board and I'm looking at these goats that are like 34 and a half. Lucas drops like 18. I'm like, bro, I should have fucking put
dude, the clip blew up of like me explaining why I think unders would hit more, and people are like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That like you're more than likely to have a bad day. Like imagine if you saw Josh Allen's day yesterday, he probably woke up and something went wrong. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like to come out and play like a shell like that, something had to have gone wrong. Something she could have said something. His pregame meal could have been fucked up. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you know what I mean? Like you never know, dude.
No. Like was there even enough time in the game for Josh to throw 2 touchdowns? Like it didn't even felt like there was.
I mean, we full faded our Sunday.
That game got out of hand quick, and it just felt like there was.
Are you aware of that?
What?
We full faded our Sunday prize picks.
Full fade.
Full fade. Not even close
and
either.
You texted me saying you loved it.
Let me read it out loud.
You loved it.
Let me read it out loud. Also, can we be fucking better taking first half passing yards, dude? Like I hate that shit, dude.
Come on, we got it after the.
I know, but you're giving us no chance. Like you're one half.
We missed it by 2 yards. You're gonna give me that?
We still missed it. Dude.
We could have fucking hit it if he didn't rush that tutty in. If he would have just threw it.
We just threw it.
Yeah.
We're looking at Bezos. I texted Trent Saturday at 9:30. The TFM 4-piece is hitting tomorrow. I just looked at it. It's so hot. It full faded.
I should have knew right then.
It full faded. Let's do a rewind and see what we had in it. Because I know you probably know off the top of your head, but just looking at it again together, you know.
What else did I sell with?
Here we go.
What did I sell with?
All right, hold on. We made it so early in the week. Okay, here we go. T. Higgins receiving yards. That was a good look. Kid got 28. We needed 65. Brandon Ayuk receiving yards. He loves Brandon. That's a
That
good
one-
look.
that
He got
one cost me
26
so
yards.
much fucking coin.
He had 26 yards. We needed 55. Dak Prescott, more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. What was I doing? He had one. It didn't even sniff another.
No.
Didn't even sniff one. Stephon Diggs receiving yards. That was a good look. Kid had 35. We needed 83. That's a full fade.
That's a full fade. See, right there. Like, right there. That should have been all unders.
Dude, imagine all less
All those
thans.
lines are way too high.
All less thans. But then, at least I got surgical. Travis Kelce was always his receiving yards.
It was his receiving
And then
yards.
I hate when it's that close. You know what I mean? When it's that close.
Like, that hurts.
That hurts, dude.
That fucking hurts. If
No,
we would have
that
placed
hurt.
that a day before it hits,
No, that hurts.
that hurts. Yeah.
We're going to be better.
Gotta be.
We're going to lock back in. We're going to hit the lab. Listen, next episode we're going to talk about the conference championships.
You're going to do a dress.
I'm going to be in a dress, so that'll be good. Just so you guys look at headlines, the Eagles open up at -2.5 favorites. The Chiefs open up as -1 favorites. So
Wow.
basically 2 pick'ems. I think that makes it way more fun.
Wow.
Kind of surprised by the Eagles line, I'll be honest. But we'll talk about that next episode. I do want to check and see if a certain team is playing today because this episode is coming out on the Monday that we are recording it on. Are the Oilers playing?
I don't think.
The Oilers are not playing. All right, well, make sure you guys tap into the TFM socials. We might post a prize picks entry for tonight. Make sure you're following Trent and I on socials as well. Also, make sure you check out the Book It Sports Twitch channel. Trent does a surgical stream every day for 3 hours at
1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern.
for 3 hours. Come on, give him your plays, chop it up, make fun of him for Brandon Ayuk receiving yards, and then ride the community parlay that he makes at the end. It's actually a good time. You just got to fill out a form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give your pick, fill out a form. You get to pull up on the surgical stream. There's about 1,200 people watching every single time. So if you think you're sharp and you want to make a name for yourself, you might as well pop in there and give out
Give me your best sell job.
and give out Penn plus 2.5 because it's chilly day. But yeah, this has been another episode of TFM Bets. A wild weekend of football. I mean, we didn't really even talk about the Saturday games.
What were the Saturday
Now
games?
that I'm thinking about it,
The Eagles.
Jags, Chiefs, Eagles, Giants. Nothing much to talk about though. I
Not
feel
really,
like.
no. I mean,
The Eagles looked great.
Mahomes was about to play the best game of football ever if his ankle didn't twist.
Oh my God, dude, he was gonna have 500 yards.
Cracked.
Who's got 500 yards?
And then Kelsey was also cracked. Felt like there was nobody else catching the fucking ball.
No.
Pacheco was going nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Game was a lot close. I mean, Doug Peterson legacy cover, of course.
I just can't even do it anymore. Like I don't have a will to live anymore with this shit, dude.
I'm glad we get a, just go ahead and pick 'em spread next game.
Redemption spot.
Yeah, just go win the game.
Go in the game, Patrick.
Don't even, Meemaw's not even around.
No, leave her at the door this time, dude. I'm getting close to disowning her. But this has been another episode of TFM Bets. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. We'll see you next episode. I'll be dressed up. Might wear a romper. Might borrow Lauren's romper.
Could be hot.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this has been another episode of TFM Bets. Appreciate you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.